Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Saucy and Friends. We had a little late start today because there's some things going on with the computer system. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, good morning and welcome to Saucy and Friends. We're going to get right into the show. No delays this morning because we got to go ahead and get this done. I think we have an interview today too. Something's going on today. Anyhow, welcome to Saucy and Friends, everybody. Let me just check the calendar real quick. Saucy had to step out for a few minutes, but she will be right back. Today's the 6th. Nope, no interview. Today's the 6th. Today is May 6th. Last night was Cinco de Mayo. Yesterday was Cinco de Mayo. Did you celebrate yours?
No,
I
don't celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I don't even know what it is.
It's the 5th of
Cinco
May.
de Mayo?
It's a reason to drink tequila and eat tacos. What else do you need?
I want to know what it really do.
Isn't it Mexican Independence Day or something? Ain't it?
Let's see.
I'm not quite sure.
Cinco de Mayo.
See what Cinco de Mayo is.
History. All right. Cinco de Mayo history commemorates the Mexican Army's victory over the Second French Empire at the Battle of Puebla on May 5th, 1862.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And so we celebrate that with tacos and tequila. We did last night. We had a good time last night. Me, Mommy, and Danielle. We made fish tacos, fried chicken tacos, and beef and ground beef tacos. It was very, very nice. And we got a little bottle of tequila. And we took shots. Mom had a zip and was like, "Oh, I'm drunk. That's my mother. Spicy."
Why they be like that for?
I'm drunk. It's spicy.
It sound like my mother.
I have a lot of pepper in that. And so we were like, "All right, Mommy, forget it." So I had to drink the rest of her quarter shot. But anyways, it was nice. The shot did what it did because yesterday was a day. Did you have a weird day yesterday?
Weird day? Not really.
Yeah, like mood-wise. My mood was horrible yesterday. Oh, it was horrible. But today is a new day, and I woke up determined to have a better day. My friend sent me a little message, and he was like, let's make it a better day today. And I said, you know what? You're right. Shout out to my boy. Thank you for that. So anyhow, we're going to get into the show. Today is, of course, May 6th. It is currently 55 degrees. Today will be a high of 62 degrees. There is a 48% chance of precipitation. The winds are east, southeast, 11 miles per hour. It will be cloudy with occasional showers this afternoon. And all the things that I ever said. All those other things that I said. But anyhow, getting into the show, the Around the Way news. Saucy and Friends starts now.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
What is this, Doctor?
This is
Well, Spark of New England, Spark FM.
Bringing the heat back to the airway.
Turn us up.
All right, let's take a look.
Hello. So let's get into this news. Healy and the Northeast governors invite Canadian premiers to Boston for a tariff meeting. Canada is Massachusetts' #1 trading partner. So Governor Maura Healy, along with 5 other governors of northeastern states, is spearheading a meeting with Canadian provincial leaders in Boston to delve into the impacts of the tariffs imposed by President Donald Trump. In a statement, Healy's office said the meeting will focus on how American and Canadian leaders can continue to work together to maintain strong trade relations that benefit local businesses and residents. The invitation by Healy, Maine's Governor Janet Mills, New York Governor Kathy Hochul, Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont, Rhode Island Governor Daniel McKee, and Vermont Governor Philip Scott was sent to the premiers of New Brunswick, Newfoundland, and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Prince Edward Island, and Quebec. Canada is Massachusetts' #1 trading partner, Healy said in a statement. For generations, we have enjoyed a strong partnership and a healthy exchange of energy, lumber, dairy, cars and car parts, seafood, and more. But President Trump's tariffs are undermining this partnership, making it harder for businesses to keep their doors open and increasing the cost of everything that the New England and Canadian people rely on. In 2024, Maine saw more than $6 million in commerce with Canada, Mills said in a statement. Our economies and our cultures have enjoyed strong relationships for generations, which is now strained by the president's haphazard tariffs and harmful rhetoric targeting our northern neighbors, she said. In a statement, Scott said he is looking forward to meeting to find ways to mitigate the cost increases resulting from the Trump administration's tariffs. As I said in the past, I don't believe increasing tariffs on our friends and close allies is in the best interest of Vermont or the United States, he said. A trade war with our friends to the north, our largest trading partner, seems like a bad idea. Healy has been warning that Trump's tariffs on Canadian energy alone could cost Massachusetts consumers more than $1 billion, with the increase for the New England region likely to reach $2.5 billion. The Trump administration has instituted a 25% tariff on most Canadian goods.
I have the clip here. There we go.
Tariffs would have a similar effect in Canada on Canadian families, as an import tariff is designed to do just that. I think it's also imperative for us to look at just where the global trade relationship is, in particular with our largest trading partner, the United States, with a number of other countries, and where that'll go. I think we need to keep an eye on as we find our way through this conversation. First, in the case of Taiwan, we see essentially a trade of multi-billion-dollar investment for a no-tariff environment. In the case of Japan, we see a trade or an exchange of military procurement, a commitment of U.S. military procurement for a no-tariff environment for Japan. In Mexico, we see a somewhat different approach where they are looking at limiting some of the imported parts, namely auto parts, from other areas of the world into Mexico, and thus into
right now?
a USMCA free trade zone. So trying to work with the U.S. administration.
This is just some of the Canadian premiers talking about this tariff situation here. Wu sues feds over $48 million in withheld funding to fight homelessness in Boston. So Boston Mayor Michelle Wu announced Monday that she is suing the federal government regarding its withholding of more than $48 million in previously awarded funding to fight homelessness in the city. Wu, in a statement on Monday, called the federal government's move to withhold the funding unless Boston complies with President Donald Trump's executive orders unlawful. Boston joined 7 other jurisdictions in filing the lawsuit in the federal Western District of Washington, including King County, Washington, the city of New York, the city of Columbus, Ohio, the city and county of San Francisco, California, and Pierce County and Snohomish County in Washington. Trump administration is threatening to hold up nearly $48 million for Boston to tackle homelessness unless our city complies with unconstitutional executive orders, Wu said. We are joining other cities and counties across the country to protect critical funding to prevent homelessness and house families in need. Boston will not back down on making our city a home for everyone.
Wow.
Boston and Massachusetts seems like it's got a big fight with it.
I didn't know you could sue. I didn't know we could sue the government.
Yes, we can.
Dope.
We can
That's
absolutely.
interesting, but I mean, I wonder what's gonna come of it because
I mean, that's what everybody's been doing. Everybody's been throwing lawsuits at the White House and because of these tariffs and all of that stuff. Like that's the way to fight it, I guess. That's what you got to do. I suppose. And in that line, what else? There was another story here about. Okay, so Wu sues woman. Okay. Outreach efforts starting as eviction ceiling law takes effect in Massachusetts. Let's go keep in the line of housing and things. So thousands of Massachusetts residents gained a new tool in the search for stable housing Monday as a law took effect allowing eligible tenants to have their past eviction records sealed, which is amazing. State Senator Lydia Edwards, a longtime advocate for the law, said she already helped a constituent file a eviction sealing petition Monday morning with the support of community organization City Life Vida Urbana. Edwards said they used a website to fill out the paperwork. I was nervous. We got to it. It was courtformsonline.org. Went to there, looked up housing, had the petition, just clicked on that, and then it literally walks you through. What's your name? Where's your docket? What's your docket number? Which everyone will need to have their docket number. And then what's your address? Edwards said at a press conference outside the Edward W. Brooke Courthouse in downtown Boston, where the Easton Housing Court is located. And then we just went through it together and then filed it. The East Boston Democrat, who co-chaired the Joint Committee on Housing last session, continued, it was filed directly in the court that it needed to go to, and we did this all from the public library. Edwards, Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll, Attorney General Andrea Campbell, Senate President Karen Spilka, Boston Chief of Housing Sheila Dillon, and other officials joined advocates and housing attorneys, outside the courthouse to raise awareness of the new law, which was embedded in the Affordable Homes Act that Governor Maura Healey signed in August. Whoever wrote this article, it is a lot. There's a clip there if you want to.
I didn't see one.
It's right under.
Can you send me the stories? I don't have them.
Okay, the new law is extended to remove a major barrier to housing stability. Eviction records are publicly accessible court records, which landlords can currently use to deny housing to prospective tenants. Records are public even if the tenants won a case or reached an agreement with the landlord. Really? That's very interesting to know. I just sent it. So that is going into effect. That is an eviction sealing records will be
dope.
allowed to be closed. What'd you say?
That's dope.
It is. I think it's awesome.
I mean, I hope people don't take advantage of it though.
I mean, like overdo it.
Yeah.
Like
there's some people
take it
that
for granted.
There's some people that have been evicted a lot.
Yeah,
they've been addicted. I feel like residential renters get a lot. They get a lot of freedom. To do almost anything that they want. So I want to think that this is a good idea, and I think for the majority it would, but for a lot of others, they're definitely going to take advantage of it, which is going to be real nasty work, because we've dealt with a couple of tenants that have been real crazy. Real crazy. So, I'm hoping that those type of people don't get a hold of this and start taking advantage of it even more.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think, like take advantage, but don't take it for granted.
Yeah,
is what I would say.
Yep.
I'm not really familiar with that lady either.
Who?
What's her name? Lydia Edwards.
Yes, she is a longtime politician here in Boston. Yeah, she's one of them black elites, them type of ones.
Good. Very nice. It's good to have her here for us. An armed man has been arrested after allegedly groping a woman in Mattapan. Anthony Hamilton, 39 years old, assaulted the woman in view of several police officers, officials said. Right. And a Mattapan man was arrested after allegedly groping a woman on Sunday in full view of several police officers. Boston officers patrolled Blue Hill Ave Sunday evening, and at around 5:38 p.m., they witnessed a man later identified as Anthony Hamilton, 39, walk onto Fairway Street with a fanny pack across his chest, according to a statement from the Boston Police Department. Officers said they saw Hamilton grope the buttocks of a woman who seemed visibly shocked. Officers approached Hamilton and tried to detain him, but Hamilton violently resisted arrest by kicking and fighting, according to the statement. Additional officers helped gain control to place Hamilton in handcuffs. He continued to resist while being directed to the patrol car, they said. Officers removed Hamilton's fanny pack during the struggle and found a loaded firearm in the bag, according to the statement. Hamilton was charged with possession of a firearm with a defaced serial number, unlawful possession of a firearm, unlawful possession of ammunition, carrying a loaded firearm without a license, indecent assault and battery on a person 14 or older, and resisting arrest, according to the statement. Hamilton will be arraigned in Dorchester District Court at a later date. They threw the book at him for everything.
Hamilton?
Now. Yeah. They gave him every charge that they could think of.
He shouldn't be
and
broken.
rightfully so. Yeah. Because what the hell is his problem?
Yeah.
Why did he do that? Do you think he knew her? Because they said she was visibly surprised. It had to be somebody he knew, right?
No.
You think he just went up to somebody and grabbed up her
That's why
butt?
he's in trouble, because you can't do that. You can't just go up to a stranger and grab their butt. Remember you said
it's different.
Remember you told me that there was some guy that was humping. He didn't know them. He was just going up to them and humping them.
Mattapan Square is different though. Saucy and I went to the mortgage to marriage thing a couple weeks, 2 weeks ago, last weekend. Mm-hmm. And when we were parking the car, we had to sit in the car for a little bit because it was some characters that was out there, and we weren't very comfortable.
Why y'all here?
The loitering is pretty bad. Yeah.
It is.
But no, like not just the loitering. There were some characters in costumes. It was Met Gala worthy for a few seconds out there yesterday. It was some costumes and things. Drivers face, did we talk about this already? The drivers facing $125 fines?
With the cameras?
With the new moving cameras?
I think we talked about it a little bit.
Okay.
Yes, but go into it again.
They're automatically issuing these up to $125 for new moving cameras that automatically issue tickets. 7 locations will be targeted. And this is kind of crazy. Drivers risk facing hundreds of dollars in fines once new moving cameras are installed under a new pilot program that could be expanded to more areas. You was pointing to me?
No.
Oh, the new camera system is hoped to help officials crack down on reckless drivers by automatically issuing tickets without needed cops on the beat. It would see drivers who violate law receive tickets in the mail without any warning. The new initiative targets drivers who block public bus stops or bus lanes. Okay, so we did talk about this. No, this is stupid. I thought it was like giving tickets to people speeding. And
that's what I thought too. Like, I'm driving and I might have accelerated real quick, and now you give me a ticket when the light is yellow or some foolishness like that.
But that's crazy.
So it's if you're in the bus lane.
In the bus lanes, yeah.
You know what? Speaking of bus lanes, today when I went back home, what an adventure. When I went back home, I had to initiate the stoppage of people blowing past the bus with the arm out.
Really?
And I was like, there was at least 7 cars that went through, and I was going through too, but I was like, wait, the arm is out. So I stopped, and everybody behind me in both lanes stopped as well. Because I was just like, just the other day, everybody was prayers and mercies to the baby who just died by the bus the other day.
Park,
but y'all are blowing through the stop arm on a bus in the middle of Blue Hill Ave. Granted, the child was not coming from across the street, but it doesn't matter.
No, it does not
It's
matter.
out there for a reason. And if we're not going to stop when you see a bus pull that sign out, I don't care how long they pull it out. It's very annoying sometimes.
It's super annoying.
Super annoying. But you stop, because the consequences are you can possibly hurt a child or a person. Like, come on, y'all. It was very disgusting.
You should have snapped the license plates of everybody who
I
did that and sent it went across the street, walked it across the street to the police, because that's crazy.
I do want to point out that you and I have to be twins.
Why? It slammed it in the door?
I was putting something in the car and it pushed back and the nail said, "Pop!" I said, "Oh!"
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it caved
There was
in.
not even a scream or anything.
Nope.
It would like my nail, like I pushed something in the car and I think my nail caught it and it just started bleeding. It just started bleeding. It's still on there. Everything is numb. My heart is still in my throat. I just want to lay down.
It doesn't hurt your nail. It hurts you
Yes,
inside
it hurts
of your
everywhere.
body.
It hurts all the surrounding nails.
Yep.
It hurts the fingers.
Yep.
It hurts everything. Everything hurts.
It's awful. And
It's
I'm sorry
awful.
that happened to you.
Thank you.
I'm very sorry. Awful. What did mommy say? It's the price of beauty. It sucks. Woman says she was asked to prove her gender after using a Boston hotel bathroom. And please bring up the clip for this, because it's crazy. A couple said that they were embarrassed and offended after they were ordered to leave a high-end hotel in Boston over the weekend. The woman said a security guard at the Liberty Hotel challenged their use of the bathroom. Ansley Baker and her girlfriend Liz Victor went to a Kentucky Derby party at the hotel Saturday. The couple, who are both cis women, said that their afternoon ended when hotel security searched the women's restroom and allegedly asked them to show their identification to prove their sex. It's just humiliating overall, Baker said.
Offended after they were ordered to leave a high-end Boston hotel. As WBZ's Brandon Truitt reports, these women say it all started when a security guard challenged their use of a bathroom.
What? This couple says things went from 0 to 100 in an instant. A search of the bathroom allegedly led to both of them having to show their IDs to prove they were women before being kicked out.
It's just humiliating overall. Like I said, I didn't have my shorts tied even, and then just in front of everyone.
Ansley Baker is still emotional over what she says happened Saturday afternoon. Ansley and her girlfriend Liz Victor were in a restroom at the Liberty Hotel in Boston when they say a male security guard came in and started banging on the stalls.
And I looked down and I saw her shoes, and that's when I was like, wait, what is going on?
One of the security guards was there telling me to get out of the bathroom, that I was a man in the women's bathroom. I said, I'm a woman.
Ansley was born a woman, is a woman, and identifies
Let's
as
pause
one.
real
But
quick.
says as she
I do want us to recognize the irony of this.
Yeah.
The male security guard went into the female bathroom while not only her, but another female was in there as well to tell the female that she had to get out of the female bathroom as a male security guard. I just want that to be recognized. I'm more afraid of the security guard in the bathroom than I am of that woman. So keep going. Wow. Wow. Yeah.
She was escorted out of the restroom. Comments were hurled at her from other women waiting in line.
Someone said, like, get him out of here, like, referring to me. So, like, he's a creep, also referring to me.
From there, the couple says the security guard asked for their IDs to check their gender. After presenting them, they say things grew heated before ultimately being told to leave. For its part, the Liberty Hotel says their security went in after several women alerted security of 2 adults sharing a bathroom stall, and that the couple was kicked out after one put their hands on our security team. The women vehemently deny it.
If that's what he thought the issue was once he opened the stall door, obviously there's only one person in there, so should have been kind of case closed.
Being harassed in public restrooms is a tale as old as time.
LGBTQ advocates like Nina Salvaggio say this couple's story is the result of ramped up rhetoric, with Massachusetts hate crimes hitting a 20-year high.
Wow. I do think the surge in national anti-trans rhetoric is contributing to an increased policing of women's bodies and their expressions of gender.
We're not the only ones that face this kind of thing, and just hope that, like, it doesn't happen again.
Social media is lit up over this. The hotel here attempted to reach the couple Monday afternoon. They're still continuing their own investigation. In Boston, Brandon Truitt, WBZ News.
They attempted to reach them for what?
I hope to give them a lifetime. I don't even want to stay there. Like there's nothing that unless you're calling to give me your information for this civil case that I have of discrimination and hatred and pissing me off.
Oh my God!
So this is Donald Trump.
It's
Fresh Jan, I want you to go and sit in the corner for 2 minutes.
Two.
You need more than 2 minutes.
2 weeks.
He
need 2 weeks.
5 minutes a day.
Like, what is your problem?
Every time you go on break, you go on break too.
God damn it, Fresh Jan.
Because that's crazy. That's wild. And I mean,
I'd be a little bit nervous too because most of the time I dress like a small boy as well. You know, like literally, I don't have on no hair. I got on a baggy pant and a sweatshirt. I ain't got no earrings, nothing. I ain't got no earrings. I wish somebody would.
But men love that. Men love when we dress like a little boy.
All the boyfriends.
Yesterday, I had on the baggiest, saggy sweatsuit, and I got so much. I was like, what's wrong with y'all? What is wrong with you people?
Yes, what is wrong? So yeah, that's disturbing for a man to go in there and start banging down the doors while I'm peeing with my vagina.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you feel about what I look, I still have what I have.
I think it was, they said that a lot of people were complaining that there were two people in there. They said that they were men in there. You know, when do white people start drinking? They get lit.
Yeah.
And so they probably really thought that was, a man, which is very unfortunate. It's just the way that they went about it.
Some of these things we're experiencing, I didn't experience them as a youth.
Yeah, well, it's a new day, Triz. It's a new day. Update on Tanya Fernandez Anderson. She is refusing to resign.
No, she's not refusing.
It says she refuses to resign after the guilty plea.
That's bad. That's not what happened.
What? Tell us what happened.
She said that she's going to eventually. She's staying in the race right now just because of the district. But after the race and. The city council race.
She's staying. She's staying in her position.
Yeah.
I think she's trying to outbeat the clock. To be with honesty, I don't think that she wants to have a special election or want them to have a special election.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just gonna sit there until the clock runs out for them to have
July.
it. Huh?
She said she was.
They have only until May before they can trigger the special election. I believe, like it's May something or something.
In
Read this
Boston
story.
City Councilor Tanya Fernandez Anderson pleaded guilty Monday, May 5th, to wire fraud and theft of public funds. But despite her admission in federal court, she's refusing to give up her seat or her $120,000 taxpayer-funded salary. Her continued stay in office is drawing mounting criticism from constituents, colleagues, and federal prosecutors. Anderson, 46, admitted to a brazen scheme in which she funneled a $14,000 city-funded bonus to a staffer who was also her relative, then pocketed $7,000 of it in the city hall bathroom, according to federal prosecutors. The counselor's conduct, prosecutors said, betrayed public trust and violated her oath of office. She broke the law, lied to the public, and used her office for her own personal gain, said U.S. Attorney Leah B. Foley. Her guilty plea says what she refuses to admit in her media interviews. Her constituents deserve better than this.
I have the clip.
Go ahead.
Now the question turns to what this all means for her impending resignation. For that, let's get to NBC 10's Mary Marcos live in the Seaport tonight. Mary.
Well, the counselor cried inside the courtroom as she pleaded guilty to felony charges. And while we still don't know exactly when she plans to step down, we got a better idea today.
I've been planning to make sure that my staff was okay, that my constituents were okay, so that there's a softer landing.
Boston City Councilor Tanya Fernandez Anderson pleaded guilty to 2 charges against her: wire fraud and theft from a program receiving federal funds. Prosecutors dropped 4 other charges as part of a plea deal reached last month. That's when the 46-year-old first announced plans to resign. On Monday, she said she won't wait for her July 29th sentencing to step down.
District 7 doesn't deserve not to have a vote in the budget. So it looks like, and I'm working with them, and I'll give you more of a final decision soon. It looks like in June.
Fernandez Anderson was arrested in December for allegedly funneling a $13,000 bonus payment to a relative on her staff who gave her $7,000 cash in a city hall bathroom in 2023. Prosecutors are recommending a year and a day in prison with a $13,000 restitution. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu called for her resignation 5 months ago.
Yeah, everyone has a right to their opinion. Everyone has a right to speak.
The mayor recently signed a home rule petition passed by the city council to forego a special election if Fernandez Anderson resigns before a May 8th deadline, but it still needs to pass the state legislature.
This is a really unfortunate situation, and I think we're all saddened to
be going through
see
this.
things unfold.
Yeah.
I've made my views clear on this, and we're going to continue to work to support the community.
I don't get the end game now.
Me either, because so there's
not going to be a special election regardless. Is that what she said? They passed a city ordinance that they're going to forego the special election.
Oh, is it?
I think that's what they just said. So if that's what she's doing, what is happening?
And I'm not advocating for this, but she can't be fired.
So that's what I'm saying. At this point, I think they have to have a special vote to out her or something. What? Write it. Yeah. City councilors. I had text Carlos to see if he was going to be. They can. In most jurisdictions, city council members can be removed from office through the process usually involves a recall election rather than a direct firing by another entity. A recall election allows voters to remove an elected official from office before their term expires, typically through a petition and a special election.
Oh.
That's not happening here.
So even though she's been found guilty of her charges or has pled guilty of her charges, that's still not reason to just... I don't know.
The specific rules. Go back to that, Tristan. The specific rules. Hold on there. The specific rules for the recall elections and removal from office are often outlined in state law and or the city charter or code of ordinance. So I'm assuming that they have one, because she wouldn't be the first. Other removal mechanisms: in some cases, a city council member may be removed for specific reasons outlined in the city's charter, such as excessive absenteeism from meetings. Oh, this is very interesting.
Okay, example of Boston. In Boston, the council president can be removed by a 2/3 vote of the council.
City, but that's for the president, so that would be like Ruth Z.
Ruth Z, yeah.
Ooh, well, interesting. When we touch base again with our correspondents, then we'll get into what actually can happen, because that's crazy.
I'm confused by that.
Yeah.
CDC alerted after a passenger becomes ill on a flight at Logan Airport. The passenger was escorted off the plane and taken to a local hospital. The CDC was alerted Sunday after a passenger on a domestic flight at Boston Logan International Hospital required medical attention, according to officials. Before the flight from Boston to Atlanta took off, crew members noticed a passenger who was ill and gave them initial medical assistance on board, a CDC spokesperson said. Local officials coordinated with airline staff to escort the passenger off the plane. The passenger was later taken to the local hospital, according to a Massport spokesperson. The CDC then cleared the aircraft to resume travel as normal, and no public health follow-up was needed. To help prevent contagious diseases from spreading, cabin crews are trained to notify pilots about any ill travelers. Officials did not immediately provide updates on the passenger's condition. So that just raised an alarm for no reason, because what happened? Was they just sick?
They're just sick.
All right.
That's terrible.
And then rounding out the round the way news, Boston's historic Citgo sign is moving, but not far.
I was about to say, excuse me.
Exactly. We were talking about that just the other day, right? Friday night we were talking about that. The Citgo sign in Boston's Kenmore Square has been looking over Fenway's green monster since 1940. Except for a sign change when Citgo debuted its new logo in 1965, the sign has been in that same spot. But that's about to change with an upcoming move. But don't panic, it's not going far. The original sign was erected in 1940, and the logo
It's as iconic as the
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't think that was it.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
All right, here goes the clip.
Iconic as the Prudential Center, Fenway, and the Boston Marathon. And soon the Citgo sign is going to be making a big move to even bigger heights with an even better view.
It's bigger than it looks.
I think Citgo, they think of this as their sign. Boston, we think of this as our sign.
This is a treasure. Boston is very lucky to have this sign.
Its 11-foot letters and iconic red logo are a pillar of Boston's skyline and have seen as much change as the city itself.
It's been in the Boston skyline since the 1940s, right?
Wow.
First as the city services sign, then in the 60s it was converted to the Citgo sign as you see it now.
Adam Metz is a project engineer for Citgo Petroleum. He's one of the minds behind the sign's big move and big upgrade.
We'll be replacing the white panels with new panels and then refurbishing the letters and logo and reinstalling it on the new location.
Piece by piece, the 60 by 60 foot sign will move 30 feet higher and about 120 feet back onto these brand new metal plates.
Oh, it's going to be great. It'll restore the sight lines of the original sign location.
Steve Abrams is CEO of Federal Heath Sign Company. For 124 years, they've been servicing signs around the country. The Citgo sign is one of their oldest, and soon it'll move into its next phase of life.
There won't be any obstructions. It'll be beautiful, and it'll be well illuminated, and it'll look brand new.
We're proud of it. We love it.
Over the years, the Citgo sign has seen a number of improvements, including the removal and replacement of the panels in 2004 to upgrade the lights, a job ironworker DJ Norton remembers well.
It was so in demand that when I put it in the parking lot to get rid of it, people wanted pieces of it. So my men literally cut it up and people took it. I didn't even have to get rid of it.
And as crews get ready to move the sign higher in the sky, those who know and love it,
this is the land under the Citgo sign,
are happy to see it shine.
For it to be prominent and visible is really important to all of us in this.
Nice. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's very dope.
Yeah,
good for them.
Yeah, good for them. And at least they're not taking it away. So
And that's what I'm excited about, a bigger sign. I think that's classic historic Boston. Like that's that. So bigger and better makes me feel happy.
Me too.
And sometimes I don't like change,
I don't like change at all. I'm not gonna lie about that. Change is very, very hard for me. But anyhow, we're about to change over to
a commercial break. And then we'll come back and we'll get into our national and entertainment news.
Yeah, what she said.
Bye.
Bye.
Listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Spark
Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibes. My name is Gary Banton alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the number one place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. It's the Avenue.
This Mother's Day, Spark FM invites you to walk for peace and with a purpose. Join us Sunday, May 11th at Townfield in Dorchester for the 29th Annual Mother's Day Walk for Peace, a heartfelt fundraiser for the Louis D. Brown Peace Institute. For 29 years, the walk has united thousands across New England to support families and communities impacted by murder. The Peace Institute's programs and resources break cycles of violence and cultivate cycles of peace. Walk with us to honor lives lost, promote healing, and invest in peace. Register and donate today at mothersdaywalkforpeace.org.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Looking for a meaningful way to engage with your community and make a difference? Volunteer with the Massachusetts Senior Medicare Patrol Program and help prevent Medicare fraud. Visit masmp.org. This project is supported by a grant from the U.S. Administration for Community.
Prioritize your mental well-being with Coogee Jackalia Wellness Center, a Black woman-owned therapy practice committed to culturally affirming care that understands you. Our licensed therapists specialize in personalized care, offering virtual sessions Monday through Friday by appointment because your healing should fit your schedule.
At Coogee Wellness, we embrace the principle of Coogee Jackalia, meaning self-determination, the power to define, create, and speak for ourselves. Your healing journey is yours to own, and we're here to support you every step of the way. We also offer individual, child, couple, and family therapy, helping families connect, heal, and thrive together.
Visit us at CoogieWellness.com and book your appointment, because when you heal, the community heals too.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at SparkFMOnline.com. Turn us up. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's get into the national news. This is Saucy and Friends on Spark FM Online. Let's get it popping today. All right. It's time for national news. Let's see. We're going to start off.
Happy.
Trump administration says Harvard will receive no new grants until it meets White House demands. Dr. Evil is spoken. Harvard University will receive no new federal grants until it meets a series of demands from President Donald Trump's administration, the Education Department announced on Monday. The action was laid out in a letter to Harvard's president and amounts to a major escalation of Trump's battle with the Ivy League school. The administration previously froze $2.2 billion in federal grants to Harvard, and Trump is pushing to strip the school of its tax-exempt status. Harvard has pushed back on the administration's demands, setting up a closely watched clash in Trump's attempt to force change on universities that he says has become hotbeds for liberalism, and anti-Semitism. In a press call on Education Department officials said Harvard will receive no new federal grants until it demonstrates responsible management of the university. This and satisfies federal demands of a range of subjects. The ban applies to federal research grants and not to federal financial aid that helps students cover college tuition and fees. The official spoke on conditions of autonomy to preview the decisions on a call with reporters. Trump administration enumerates Harvard's failures. The official accused Harvard of serious failure. The person said Harvard has allowed anti-Semitism and racial discrimination to perpetuate. It has abandoned rigorous academic standards, and it has failed to allow a range of views on campus. To become eligible for new grants, Harvard would need to enter negotiations with the federal government and prove it has satisfied the administration's requirements. Let's go to the clap.
Lord, it's very short.
It announced Harvard University will not receive any new federal grants until it meets the White House's demands. The administration had asked the university to change policies on protesting and diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. The administration has frozen $2.2 billion in federal grants to Harvard and is also threatening to strip the school of its tax-exempt status. Harvard's president has previously said he will not bend to government demands. The university sued to halt its funding freeze last month.
What I fail to understand, I guess.
No. Hey y'all, so I'm jumping on really quick.
What I fail to understand is why is Harvard your issue? There's nothing
target.
else. Yeah, there's nothing else in the world that makes more sense for you to focus your energy on rather than what university is doing.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah, like I'm a little confused. Like I'm paying money to go to this school in order to learn the things that I want to learn. I'm electing the classes that I want to learn. Why is that your business? If I want to go to college and learn about African studies in the Africans, what is it your business or problem what myself has decided that I want to study?
Is he targeting any other school, or is he just going hard at Harvard?
They're all folded, like Columbia, for an example. If we're going to do that, they were like, okay, we'll get rid of it. Yeah. Let's suspend everybody. Let's do it. But Harvard got a little bit more backbone. Was like, no, that's not how things go here at this very prestigious university.
Yeah. Everybody business is Donald Trump business.
Except his own.
Except for his own.
Except for this country.
Yeah.
He's in everything else except for this country.
Yeah.
Very terrible.
That's crazy.
Moving on from that.
There gotta be a week that Trump ain't in the news.
No.
It's not. That's what a Donald Trump presidency is.
And you know what the thing is that, you know why Biden and anybody other president was in office? And we just didn't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I distinctly remember Trump's first presidency just knowing way too many things that I should not know. Like, I don't need to know.
I think that's what it was.
Rachel said that she thinks it's because his son didn't get in, and that Obama.
Well, his son is an idiot. His son Jared or Eric are both combined not smart enough to attend Harvard.
Yeah. And neither is he. So
neither is he.
I think that's what I said. He's probably aiming at Harvard because he could not get in. I've said that. I was joking, but I really think that's what is
the
going
issue?
on there.
Judge orders Trump.
You don't want to sit next to me? I done cleared off the chair and everything for you. Jeez.
Got the cooties.
Say you don't want to sit there instead of saying you don't want to sit there.
Judge orders Trump administration to admit roughly 12,000 refugees.
12,000.
12,000.
Let them in.
A judge on Monday ordered the Trump administration to admit 12,000 refugees into the United States under a court order partially blocking the president's efforts to suspend the nation's refugee admissions program. The order from U.S. District Judge Jamal Whitehead followed arguments from the Justice Department and refugee resettlement agencies over how to interpret a federal appeals court ruling that significantly narrowed an earlier decision from Whitehead. During a hearing last week, the administration said it should only have to process 160 refugees into the country and that it would likely appeal any order requiring it to admit thousands. But the judge dismissed the government analysis, saying it required not just reading between the lines of the Ninth Circuit ruling, but hallucinating new text that simply isn't there. So, what? So there's a refugee act that allows refugees to come into America as they flee from
persecution and their
persecution and things like
what
that.
What do they call it?
For
seeking asylum.
Asylum. Yes. So and Trump, I guess, is saying no, you cannot come in here because you're African or wherever you are, and only Africans can get over here because they're being racially profiled.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Only Africans who are the white people from South Africa.
Yeah.
Let's make that clear who that is. Yeah.
I mean, it's buckle up, people, buckle up. The racists are outside.
It's gonna be a wild
I spent
ride.
a day yesterday with the racists. It was quite interesting. It's just really not a lot of.
What do you mean you spent a day with the racists?
Online, because I had commented on Boston Culture's racist page, and then it went. They came for my neck. All I said is I'm glad it was in this still national news. There was another judge, and I think a judge from Massachusetts was recently arrested again for helping an illegal immigrant escape the court yesterday. So she was arrested, and under that post, the racists went crazy. But it's not a lot of substance over there. You know, it's not what you guys think. It's a bunch of like stupid idiots that have one collective brain mechanism in which they kind of feed off of. Yeah. And they all say the same exact thing, and they all make these little random jokes that, you know, you have to be a racist to understand. And I didn't get it. And that's what I wrote all the time. I don't understand. I don't understand. But this is, you know, like this is where we're at. Like there are federal agents and there are judges and stuff that are really trying to uphold the law. And you know, I don't know if they can. I don't know.
We need to build a wall. And it has to be built quickly.
What is this? I love this.
These are all Donald Trump's effects.
Oh wow! Play more.
Bing bong bong bing bing bing.
What is it? What?
Donald Trump sound effects.
Can we use these often? Because I think he's hilarious.
Don't be rude.
One more.
You are fake news.
I love it. We're gonna keep that. Send that to me, Tristan, as well. I'm gonna start using that on
play
people.
my favorite one.
I love Tesla.
I love Tesla.
That was my favorite. I love that one too as well.
Keeping it moving. Trouble in the skies. Chaos at Newark Airport has left flyers on edge as air traffic problems worsen.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this a little bit yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So chaos at Newark Liberty International Airport has left flyers and staff on edge as air traffic control problems worsen and officials warn about the growing problem. Newark Airport in New Jersey has been plagued with equipment failures and staff shortages that have triggered several severe delays and cancellations this month. On Tuesday alone, 33 flights leaving the airport had already been canceled and another 11 delayed. Another 36 flights scheduled to land on the New Jersey airport have been called off. In one particular troubling incident, an air traffic controller briefly lost communication with the aircraft last week, which led to some staff going on trauma leave for 45 days. What?
Paid leave. And customers at Newark are dealing with another week of disastrous delays. CNN's Bryn Gingras is on the ground at Newark Liberty International Airport, and CNN's Pete Montine is here with the latest. Pete, let me start with you. You've been on top of this story all day. Tell us exactly what you've learned about why exactly these delays are happening and what in the hell is going on at Newark.
Well, the FAA is now essentially confirming our reporting that really paints the best picture yet of why these delays have persisted for days. A source familiar with an incident last Monday tells me that this all goes back to a period of time when controllers in the facility responsible for flights arriving and departing from Newark Liberty International Airport lost radio communications and their radar systems for an undisclosed time last Monday. That led to 5 air traffic controllers in that radar facility to take what's called trauma leave. They are now on leave for the next 45 days, something they're legally entitled to do. I want you to listen now to the new audio we just got from liveatc.net, and I want you to hear the frustration of the air traffic controller in this Newark facility that controls flights going in and out of Newark, and he's telling a smaller plane, a general aviation plane, that he does not have the ability to see that plane on radar and to essentially go away. Listen.
We lost our radar and it's not working correctly. Radar service terminates, squawk VFR, green change approved. If you want a Bravo clearance, you can just call the towers when you get closer.
Okay, I'll wait for that frequency from you, okay?
Okay, no, just squawk VFR, look up the tower frequencies, and we don't have a radar, so I don't know where you are.
We also heard today from Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer, who says while the FAA has been investigating its own incident here, the Department of Transportation Office of Inspector General now has to launch a probe immediately, he says. He also points back to a move by the FAA last July in which it moved the facility responsible for Newark airspace from Long Island to Philadelphia. The whole idea there was to shore up staffing shortages. Schumer says this, in essence, backfired. There are some pretty big questions here that people are asking about. Why can't controllers be drag and dropped essentially from one place to another? These are location specific jobs. It's not that easy. The FAA is not really detailing it.
Craziness.
Y'all don't think that's crazy?
It is crazy.
You lost communication with the radars and with all the planes that's currently flying in the sky that wants to land the plane or take off the plane. The landing part is more stressful to me because you trying to tell me you can't see me or no other planes in the sky.
Child, listen.
Hello.
The people are stressed out. You hear they got to take days off
for trauma leave.
Can't deal.
So for 45 days they on trauma leave, and that means that we're already short staffed. The staff is on trauma leave because they're traumatized, and when they come back to work, they're supposed to get re-traumatized again because they
traumatized.
Traumatized.
That's crazy.
This is Trump's America.
Oh wow.
Make America scary again.
Oh
Massa.
Wow. Yeah. Massa. You know what? That's good. Massa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That is
I'm gonna
what
start
it is.
using massa because that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, Du Boisin. All right, good. Exclusive order by Hegseth to cancel Ukraine weapons caught White House off guard. Hegseth and his old drunken ass is out here just doing whatever the hell that he want. So the other day quick segue. What do you think it's like in his household? Is he always walking around with a cup of brown liquor and a big cube of ice? Like, do you think that he's always just drunk and, just sitting down is like, work was hard today. Let me have a bottle of Crown Royal. What do they drink?
That's what they
drink. Kentucky whiskey.
Bourbon. Yes, bourbon. Let me have me
juleps.
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 Roughly a week after Donald Trump started his second term as president, the U.S. military issued an order to 3 freight airlines operating out of Dover Air Force Base in Delaware and a U.S. base in Qatar stop 11 flights loaded with artillery shells and other weaponry and bound for Ukraine. In a matter of hours, frantic questions reached Washington from Ukraine's Kiev from officials in Poland, where the shipments were coordinated. Who had ordered the U.S. Transportation Command, known as Transcom, to halt the flights? Was it a permanent pause on all aid or just some? top national security officials in the White House, the Pentagon, and the State Department couldn't provide answers within 1 week, flights were back in the air. The verbal order originated from the office of Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, according to Transcom records reviewed by Reuters. The cancellation came after Trump wrapped up a January 30th Oval Office meeting about Ukraine that included Hegseth and other top national security officials, according to 3 sources familiar with the situation. During the meeting, the idea of stopping Ukraine came up, said 2 people with knowledge of the meeting, but the president issued no instruction to stop aid to Ukraine. So basically, Hegseth was like, so since we're discussing it, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and do it.
Pete Hegseth is a problem. He altogether.
Yeah.
There's no way that he's not a problem. He should have never been in the position that he's in, and he's just not worthy of it. He's not qualified, and he does not know what he's doing.
I guess my problem with just the massive Republicans, because I love that, is that you guys want us to believe that of all the white men that could have been picked for this job, Hegseth and RFK were 2 of the best candidates of all white men America that you guys could have found. The thing is about them is they don't even want to pretend.
No.
They don't even want to pretend to do the hard work to find competent people.
No.
They only want to find people that's going to say, yes, massa.
Yep.
This is what we're going to do. You said you talked about it in the meeting. I'm going to go ahead and do it, massa. I want to be independent and do what you need me to do.
I mean,
this is white people slavery, so I don't understand it.
This Pete Hegseth is definitely a commander.
Yeah,
he
100%.
looks like one. Presents
He looks
like
like
one.
Fred. Actually,
like
he
one.
seems like a Fred,
Oh.
like that type.
That type of
that would
commander.
also fall in love with his handmaid.
Yep.
Because that's what he does.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what he does.
It's gross.
And then he's gonna still want to cut off the finger of his wife.
Yep.
Like, this is where we're at.
Yep.
You gotta watch him.
I don't understand.
You know what, Tristan?
There's too much
We
seasons.
coming
There's
over
too many
today,
seasons.
and we gonna start from the beginning.
It's not too much seasons, Tristan. It is real life.
But you know what, Tony? I'm gonna have to come back at you. You can't watch Handmaid's Tale and not want to watch Black Mirror. It's the same thing. Handmaid's Tale could technically be a whatchamacallit in Black Mirror.
And you're right.
You
about
are
that.
fake
I'm sure
news.
that you are right about that. Because
Hey, what'd you say? What was it?
What's it?
You are fake news.
You're fake news.
Yeah. No, but I am sure that what you're saying is true. I just feel like Handmaid's Tale is getting me more prepared for what I ultimately will have to face.
You already got to scan your eyes in Whole Foods. You got to get used to it.
I was going to ask you that yesterday. Did you scan your palm?
Hell no.
What the hell is that?
Because the government ain't gonna have my information
Why would
outside
you
of my
started
cell
out
phone?
as some whole full place like Whole Foods.
And why they gonna do scan your palm? That's for the.
You scan your palm to pay.
That's
Wow.
the mark of the beast.
Yeah. That's scanning your palm is for like criminals. That's what they do when you get arrested.
Exactly.
I don't know. Palm Whole Foods has the scan your palm.
Exactly. That's how they're
pay
gonna
for your
start.
groceries.
Because they gotta start with our best foods. Because
Yes.
that's where they know they'll get us at.
Oh, the
and then you start and then you start scanning your hand. Next thing you know, they start doing a body scan. The next time you know, CCTV is following you on all the trains. And now we iRobot.
Y'all gotta watch Extraterrestrial.
Huh? What?
Extraterritorial.
Extraterritorial. I don't know the name of that movie.
Pastor Troy was having to he was like, I sat here for about 30 minutes trying to figure out how to pronounce that.
Extraterrestrial.
Because I took some time to, and then I was like, oh, I'm thinking too heavy about it. I got to split them up. Territorial.
Extraterritorial. Yes, watch that. Watch that movie. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yes. But that's what Drunk Seth is doing.
Drunk Seth. Yeah.
American tourist climbs over fence at the Coliseum and impales himself on a spike. And that's the end of the conversation, because what the you do that for?
Good for him.
When you don't listen, you must feel.
Good.
Then you feel
why did you do that?
The Roman Colosseum.
An American tourist visit to the Colosseum in Rome took a turn for the terrifying after the man impaled himself on a fence and was left dangling and screaming in pain while other visitors looked on in horror. I would have took out my camera in cinematic mode and recorded him and went virus. Because let me tell you why.
Yeah.
If I see some shit like that, You did it yourself.
Yeah.
You wanted the attention.
Yeah.
I will be the person to give it to you.
Yeah. I agree.
Go to this little piece of clip, right? Oh, it's just a more.
It's just a Coliseum.
Imagine your dumbass dangling from the fence.
Coliseum is gorgeous.
The gruesome incident took place around 5 p.m. on Friday when a 47-year-old American, because he's American and has no idea how to follow rules.
He's got American audacity.
Attempted to climb over a fence in Piazza del Colosseo, presumably to get closer look at the historic Roman amphitheater, according to reporting. The man fell and was skewered by the sharp metal bars on the fence. He began screaming and pleading profusely until he became unconscious. Good. Scream yourself off. And an ambulance rushed to the scene, and medics found the man had suffered a severe injury in his lower back. That was preventing him from moving. They administered a sedative before carefully detaching him and applying a tight bandage to the wound. It took around 20 minutes to detach and stabilize the tourist. According to the, he then was taken to a local hospital in critical condition. He underwent emergency surgery and received 80 stitches to close the wound, and then they arrested him. They didn't say that, but I just don't understand why
he
they
got
did
dangled up by his back. You know what this reminds me of, unfortunately? The guy whose foot got cut off when we went to,
yeah. You know, that's my,
Oh, from the boat.
Yep, from the boat.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of that because,
doing.
I know. Because why you do that?
You know, that's, we were, where were we?
St. Martin.
In St. Martin, we went to a little beach party, cruise. And then the boy, there's a shuttle that's taking us back to the cruise. The boy tried to jump on the little bus, the little
shuttle boat.
The little shuttle boat fell below the propellers. And propeller took his foot off.
Chopped his foot off.
Chopped it right off.
Yeah.
Never to be seen again. Yes.
Yeah.
There's blood in the water and everything.
Yeah.
This was day 2 of the cruise.
Day 2 of the cruise.
Of a 9-day cruise. Day 2. And you chop your foot off and you got to go home.
Yeah.
After paying $3,000.
And here goes the sound effect for that.
Sanka, you dead?
Yeah.
Sanka, exactly. Yeah, man. No, this, like things like that always aggravate me because, like, why you do that?
Why
you were
did you
fine.
do that?
Now you got it. Now you. Huh?
No, just him.
Just him.
We continued the party. We was like,
what? We was
had
partying
to
around.
We got on a
think
cruise.
the cruise ship is gonna stop from making their money?
They was
for that
like, y'all
one
better
foot?
get everybody that still got 2 feet better get your ass on this boat because we about to turn up. No, absolutely not. So that's what happened to that young American.
Yeah, it reminds me of that.
And then, what's this? The Trump shooting.
Oh, the guy won a Pulitzer Prize for capturing the bullet speeding by Trump's head.
The photography?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep, he's got the Pulitzer Prize for 2025 for the news.
Oh, they're just giving out Pulitzer Prizes now.
It's a great picture.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
You see the bullet going by? That's pretty cool.
Where's the bullet?
It's just a little line going by the head.
Blood.
No, there's a picture of the bullet is just a little line going by.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How did he get that?
I don't know. Right time.
It just, it was
right here. That's the bullet.
That's the problem. It was just, it was too not, and that's what won this man the presidency.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and the other attempt, like right before 2 days or 3 days before the election.
I also just don't want them to keep calling it an attempted assassination.
Me either.
Well, it was. I saw a video that was like.
Was it?
I feel like I don't think.
How you get that close and miss?
I don't believe in attempted assassination. It's either assassination or it's not.
He was probably like this close because Trump turned his head at the same time, literally at the same time, and missed.
Yeah, the picture's right here.
I just
too. There's several pictures from that moment, but that one specifically with the bullet right there going.
I don't know. I don't think I could believe y'all. Still, I just feel like, Let me see if I can find it.
Just scroll down in that story, and it's there. So Doug Mills, who has covered presidents for 4 decades, won the 2025 Pulitzer Prize in breaking news photography for the now famous photo of Donald Trump as a bullet streaked past at a campaign rally, and rather than ducking himself, captured Trump's reaction. So he didn't duck; he just captured the reaction.
Which one is it? The picture?
It's the second picture.
That one with the circle.
Okay.
It's gonna be in my kid's history book.
Yeah, exactly. Right? As an attempted murder.
Attempted assassination. I don't believe in that. You either assassinate or you don't. And they didn't. So
how come all the other assassinations before was not
Exactly.
attempted? They was just assassin.
Right.
Well, they have other ones that were attempted assassinations.
Were they?
Teddy Roosevelt.
Didn't Donald Reagan?
Donald Reagan.
Donald
Yeah,
Reagan.
Ronald
got
Reagan
shot.
Teddy
too.
Roosevelt had a couple of missed ones.
No, he had
Teddy
one.
Roosevelt was in a wheelchair already, wasn't he?
No, that was Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
So if everybody,
his fifth cousin.
There's a difference. Shut up. What? I gotta show you guys. I gotta send this to Tristan. This clip that was sent to us from Sesame Street.
Which Donald Trump trying to get rid of and trying to defund.
Exactly, and this is probably the reason why. I'm gonna send it to you. What do I send it to you?
oh, he's
you can put
right.
it in the,
In
story.
1912,
I don't know. I can't.
In 1912, while running for his third presidential term, Roosevelt was the victim of an assassination attempt at the hands of a violent and deluded saloon keeper. Was he violent and deluded? Was Roosevelt a good one?
Roosevelt. I don't.
So we had two Roosevelts.
Franklin
Oh.
Delano Roosevelt is the one who created the New Deal.
I sent it to you on
Teddy
Facebook
Roosevelt
Messenger.
is the one that's known
And
for,
Teddy's the one that did the Panama Canal.
I sent it to you on Facebook Messenger.
because there was a big
I sent you.
I got her.
Oh.
Okay. I'm learning. Hold on, Nick. You can't give me the whole. You got to sit on the line and talk to us all at the same time.
You come sit down. Come say it.
I gotta open the door for Dante.
Okay, go ahead. But yes, let me see. Was Theodore Teddy Roosevelt is widely regarded as one of the greatest American presidents by historians and political scientists, often ranked among the top 5. His presidency was marked by a progressive agenda, active foreign policy, and a strong personality that captured the nation. And that's what we need. We need Theodore Teddy Roosevelt to come back
To resurrect.
after he died in 1909.
1909.
And then come back and fix it because it's broken.
Yes.
Everything you worked for is broken.
Yeah.
I wonder what conservatives' problem is with letting people mind their damn business and do what they want to. Like why conservatives always want everybody to do what they do all the time?
Child, I don't know.
Tony, you want to let us know what we're about to show?
Okay, so this is from a skit from Sesame Street back in the day. As Triz just said, Donald Trump is trying to cancel funding for PBS and get rid of Sesame Street. So, and we're thinking
NPR.
And NPR, and maybe this is why.
Do you guys maybe this is why. Let's watch this first because I want to know.
Hey, he's coming.
Hi, guys.
Oh, never mind. It's only Maria.
Oh, no. Who were you expecting?
Well, if you must know, Miss Nosy Pants, the Grump is coming to Sesame Street.
The Grump? Donald Grump? Who's Donald Grump?
Oh.
Don't give me patience.
Where have you been? Donald Grump happens to have the most trash of any grouch in the world.
Yeah, he's loaded with trash.
His name is on every piece of trash in town.
Yeah.
Yo.
Grump?
Who's got more trash than anyone does?
Grump.
No.
Rubbish and skunks.
Grump. He's got so much trash it spills out of his hand.
And that is why we are his biggest fans.
Oh, hello! He's coming! Here he comes! Who's got more trash than any of you?
Who has the finest garbage and goo?
Grump. That's right. His trash is more trashy.
They stink the most.
No wonder the Grump can handle like balls.
Look at his orange hair.
He's full of trash.
Oh, man.
I don't know why I was so entertained and happy about that. I loved it. Grump.
And then he says, like later on in the clip, he's like, what is it? Trasharosa, and somebody else, you're fired.
So when did that come out?
I don't know. It had to be during The Apprentice because he says you're fired, and there's some other references when the Grump character starts speaking. But maybe this is why. Maybe that's why he don't want to be.
Because I can't nobody tell me or explain to me why somebody would be going after Sesame Street.
Sesame Street.
Like, let's just be very honest. This is not right-wing propaganda, left-wing libtards. It's not none of that.
20 years ago.
That was 20 years ago?
20 years ago.
You think, and he's petty enough to harbor that type of grudge for a cartoon TV show.
Yeah.
I mean, this was very accurate.
I think that, we know that NPR and PBS are pretty much owned by, but they're pretty much Democratic companies. So
are they?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it would make sense. I mean, it's just news and it's programming for children, so I'm not sure I'm pretty sure they're going to say it's teaching young kids how to go to school and become transgender in the bathroom. I don't know if that's
It's all fake news.
It is
It's
all
phony stuff.
It
didn't happen.
I think that Sesame Street has kept up with the time, so they have non-binary characters, they have an autistic character, like all of that stuff. So all of the things that Trump is,
That's a great clip. I think that should be played more often. As he attacks PBS and stuff, they should make that into a national campaign and get the children involved.
He is a Muppet.
Yeah.
And with orange hair.
Yeah.
And lives in a trash can. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm with it.
Got the most trash.
So we're gonna take another quick commercial break and we'll be right back in the next second with our entertainment news. And we gotta talk Diddy because the trial has started.
You are now listening to Smart.
Prioritize your mental well-being with Kuji Jakalia Wellness Center, a Black woman-owned therapy practice committed to culturally affirming care that understands you. Our licensed therapists specialize in personalized care, offering virtual sessions Monday through Friday by appointment because your healing should fit your schedule. Take the first step towards improving your well-being today. Visit Kuji Wellness online and book your... Prioritize your mental well-being with Kuji Jakalia Wellness Center, a Black woman-owned therapy practice committed to culturally affirming care that understands you. Our licensed therapists specialize in personalized care, offering virtual sessions Monday through Friday by appointment because your healing should fit your schedule.
At Kuji Wellness, we embrace the principle of Kuji Jakalia, meaning self-determination, the power to define, create, and speak for ourselves. Your healing journey is yours to own, and we're here to support you every step of the way. We also offer individual, child, couple, and family therapy, helping families connect, heal, and thrive together.
Visit us at KujiWellness.com and book your appointment because when you heal, the community heals too.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the ad.
This Mother's Day, Spark FM invites you to walk for peace and with a purpose. Join us Sunday, May 11th at Townfield in Dorchester for the 29th Annual Mother's Day Walk for Peace, a heartfelt fundraiser for the Louis D. Brown Peace Institute. For 29 years, the walk has united thousands across New England to support families and communities impacted by murder. The Peace Institute's programs and resources to break cycles of violence and cultivate cycles of peace. Walk with us to honor lives lost, promote healing, and invest in peace. Register and donate today at mothersdaywalkforpeace.org.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, homeownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets...
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you know man swing away, you are gonna see a million. We got to go long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. No say we are for win. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip hop.
Yeah, we on and we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
Before we go into entertainment news, any fun things happening in sports lately that we should probably know about? Anybody won anything?
The Celtics lost last night.
What?
In overtime.
No. To who? Who are they playing right now? What series are we in?
We're in the thing.
Come on, Dante.
In the playoffs.
Give us what we gotta get.
Yes.
So they in the playoffs. We're in our second one.
Yeah.
We do 3, right? We do 3 different competition ones, and we're on our second one. And now we what? 1-0, 0-4,
0-1.
0-1.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
It was the first game of the series last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty terrible one.
Was it? Why was it terrible?
Went into overtime though, so that's not bad.
Well, not terrible in my opinion because like.
Who are we playing?
We're playing the Knicks.
Oh, to hell with the Knicks. Boo.
I didn't get to watch the game last night, but from what I've seen, they were just shooting threes and then they just kept missing. And
Larry Jordan said they missed 45 3-pointers. Is that? Are you exaggerating? Or did they miss that many? And why were they shooting threes so much? They didn't know how to play basketball.
That's what they normally did. They did that a lot like 2 years ago when they was going against the Heats
It says
and the other series.
Jason Tatum, Celtics set record for missed 3-pointers in Game 1. They set a record for it. Boston finished 15 for 60 from behind the arc, setting the NBA record.
15 for 60?
For most 3-point misses in a postseason game. They had 45
He was
missed
right.
3-pointers.
He was not exaggerating.
Yeah,
That's
right,
crazy.
Larry. 45 missed 3-pointers.
And that actually allowed the Knicks to make a 20-point comeback in the fourth quarter.
And that's where we went to overtime probably. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
So we were way ahead and then just decided we were only going to shoot 3-pointers. Like, what the hell
shoot
is
all the
that?
threes.
The final was 108 to 105. So
it was a pretty close game, but it shouldn't have. Basically, what you're saying is that it should have never been that close in the first place.
They said the Celtics were shot historically poorly.
Oh, maybe they was giving everybody else a chance to win.
You think so?
You know, sometimes they got to do that. What other sports are happening right now?
Baseball.
Oh, because they just started not too long ago, a month ago or something like that. How are we doing in baseball? Does anybody know?
Not the black folks, no.
Tough week for the bullpen.
JC, what's happening in baseball?
He don't know.
Why you asking him? Because he's Dominican.
I know they were doing well before.
No, so Red Sox take away from the series finale. Bullpen blows past league high 8th save. Ooh. Kristen Campbell threw.
Who?
I don't know what's happening.
Who are those people?
Red Sox takeaways from the series finales. Bullpen blows league high 8th save. Crochet avoids serious injury. Boston back to .500 in standing.
Who is Crochet?
I don't know, but what happened was Twins 5, Red Sox 4. Red Sox bullpen gives up another lead. Top of the order goes hitless at the plate. This is why I don't like sports.
What are you talking about?
This is why I don't like sports. And this is why I don't understand what children and people that like sports be saying.
Because second in the American League.
Okay, good. Thank you. That's a stat I know.
Yeah, that's English.
I know second.
That makes sense. All right. Oh, good.
And then
for home it says we're 9 to 8, and then it says away 9 to 10.
Y'all got to clear y'all voices when y'all come to the radio.
Also, the Bruins secure the worst outcome in the 2025 NHL draft.
Oh no!
Yes, they're the worst outcome. So I guess we got the worst spot. We
got the Sanders boy.
Number 7. We will pick number 7
number
overall.
7.
I mean, that don't sound bad to me.
No, Tony, you got to think about it. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. The Bruins will have an opportunity to draft a potential franchise center like Jake O'Brien or Caleb Desnoyers in late June. Oh, very good.
I love Caleb Desnoyers.
Yeah, I mean, this says it too. For the first time since 2011, the Bruins are set to pick in the top 10 of the NHL draft.
Okay.
But fortune did not favor us because we picked number 7 overall. So, I mean, the top 10, you know? Let's be glad for small victories.
And that was our sports update.
Yeah.
Sean Diddy Combs makes unexpected 9-word statement in court. So we do know that Sean Diddy Court has, he's sitting for jury selection, correct?
Yes.
Yesterday was day 1.
Sean Diddy Combs made an unexpected 9-word statement during the first day of his trial in New York City. The media mogul and rapper was in court for jury selection on May 5th in his high-profile case. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous today, Combs told U.S. District Judge Aaron Submarinian, making a rare statement in court. According to NBC News, the statement came after Combs' defense attorney asked for a quick bathroom break, with the judge suggesting waiting. I'm a machine, the judge responded. I don't know what that means. In another big moment of the day, one of the trial, some A-list actors and rappers' names were dropped in court when prosecuted jurors were reading a list of names and asked whether they recognize them. The other celebrities have not been accused of criminal wrongdoing. An Associated Press reported that 36 prospective jurors were questioned on day 1 of the trial. Opening statements will likely take place the following week. The AP reported about half of the jurors were excused for various reasons by the end of the day. They were questioned about their biases on the high-profile case. According to the news, Combs hugged and shook hands with his attorney. Television cameras are not allowed in federal courtrooms, but the AP reported that Combs' appearance has changed in jail. He now has a goatee. The goatee and his hair are both almost full gray because the jail doesn't allow dye. AP also, he was dyeing his hair before. Added that Combs was clad in court in a sweater over a white collared shirt and gray slacks. The indictment accuses Combs of a series of very serious crimes, which he has denied. He stands accused of having engaged in or attempted to engage in sex trafficking, obstructing justice, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, and bribery, the indictment says.
Arson, for blowing up what's his name's car? King Cuddy's car.
The indictment accuses Combs of abusing, threatening, and coercing women and others for decades. Prosecutors say that he relied on the employees' resources and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise. They will have to prove this in court beyond a reasonable doubt. However, and Combs has denied the accusations and even rejected a plea deal offered before trial get underway. The beyond reasonable doubt, I feel, is hard to say it didn't happen. If I got 4 key witnesses saying, yes, I have receipts that says that he took me from here to there and we hired some prostitutes and he made us have freak offs with baby oil. I don't know how that takes away reasonable doubt. Yeah. Now I'm doubting everything, even if you didn't think before.
They said a lot of the jurors, when they were doing this jury selection, a lot of the jurors have admitted that they, know about the case or have heard about the case. One of them said something about he laughed at a meme about baby oil. One woman was dismissed because she said that she has to go attend some Starlight festival that is praising women.
Excuse me?
She
didn't want to be on that case. Yeah. That's what the problem is. I gotta go wash my hands.
Of the celebrities that have been named, Michael B. Jordan name came up because of a supposed relationship that he and Cassie had at some point. Oh, wow. So his name came up. He's not accused of anything, but his name came up in the thing. And they said it's just been very, very interesting. Puffy's appearance, I heard, is very, very different from what we used to seeing. So it should be interesting. Mommy's been on this case. And so, we will get highlights by Auntie Cookie.
None of his family appeared in the court yesterday.
Really?
Janice wasn't there?
Oh, maybe because it was just jury selection. Do they usually be there for that?
They've been there for the rest of them, yeah.
Very interesting.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
They done messed up now and allowed Tristan to find
all the
drops.
All the things.
I'm gonna save that one for the last. Let me hurry up through the rest of these. Okay. Rihanna reveals that she's pregnant again with baby number 3 with A$AP Rocky as she arrives at the Met Gala.
Yeah.
And I decided too that if I was a billionaire and I was a billionaire, and I found me a new husband, I am just going to have a lot of babies as well. Because what else is there for me to do?
And I mean, he's fine, and they make beautiful children.
They do.
I mean, all she really needs is good DNA. She doesn't really need anything else, and he's got that. So yeah.
And they seem like a nice
It seems
couple.
like love, like a loving relationship. It doesn't seem forced. It seems very organic.
You know what else it seems
love
like?
it.
It seems like the American way with 2 immigrants. You come here legally.
Oh, yeah.
You build wealth.
Yeah.
You find a husband.
They live in a very Caribbean life.
Yeah, and then you make children.
Yep.
That's what you do.
And then you raise them on your island.
On your island. Yeah. Literally, this is what you do.
Yeah.
This is not telling racist Americans that we are the same. I'm not sure what, is the problem.
And that's why it's so glorious that he got out of that foolishness that he was involved in, because he's got babies to make. He's got babies to make.
Wealthy babies to make.
He did good.
Yep.
He did very good.
So everything else is Bill put that baby in the corner. Yeah. Bill Belichick benches 24-year-old girlfriend amid the PR nightmare.
Yeah.
Because these children got to know their place.
She's out of line.
Children should be heard and not seen.
Yeah.
Especially when we're dating.
Seen and not heard.
Did y'all see the interview?
Yeah. We're not even going to talk about that. I said no. Girl, it sounded like a toddler throwing a tea. I said no.
Who is you and why are you here?
Karen.
Bill Belichick is reportedly sidelining his 24-year-old girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, as the fallout from the couple's disastrous CBS interview continues. A 73-year-old coaching legend is looking to hire a PR specialist in lieu of Hudson and has been in talks with former Bears VP of Communications Brandon Farber for several months, according to Pro Football Talk. The PR hire would help manage both Belichick's new role as head football coach of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and his public image, which was badly bruised by Hudson's cringeworthy PR moves. Belichick appeared on CBS Sunday Morning last week to promote his new book, but it went viral for the wrong reason after Hudson, a former cheerleader, interrupted to shut down a question about how the couple met. We're not talking about this, she jumped in after lurking off camera. The incident sparked a media firestorm and raised concerns about Belichick's among Belichick's friends about Hudson's influence over him. In a statement released Wednesday through UNC, Belichick criticized CBS for using selectively edited clips and images to push the false narrative that Hudson was attempting to control the conversation. Hudson, who began dating Belichick in 2023 when she was just 12 years old, was reportedly acted as that's a joke, as his de facto agent after he split with his right-hand man following his departure in January 2024. Sports commentator Bob Pablo claimed on his podcast that Hudson is the person that you need to go through to book Belichick for a Super Bowl commercial or for the other commitments he has on a multi-platform personality. She's the gateway.
Yeah. How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
Bill Belichick's girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, awkwardly interrupted his CBS Sunday morning interview over a question about the...
She rude. I don't like it.
Because who the hell asked you? Be doing a mother effing goddamn view, and you sitting over there behind the corner. Who the hell are you to tell what we talking about or not? Did I tell you that I'm not talking about child? Know your place.
Why are you speaking during my interview?
That's crazy.
That's a mess.
That's crazy. You just
Fresh Jan said Rihanna's getting everything but a ring. You think she don't got a ring?
You think she wants the ring, or that she can't buy herself a ring, and that she can't buy him a ring?
She probably got. I'm sure they're married in their eyes, at least. Leave them people alone. A ring ain't everything.
And Rihanna
Believe me.
and A$AP Rocky ain't gonna get a ring. They're gonna get a
house.
Right, something
Several
crazy.
houses.
They gonna build a mansion and put that into the contract that this proves that we are lawfully together till death do us part. She don't need no ring. That's
right.
And then a ring is for poor people.
She is a billionaire. If she gets married to him, she's got to share her wealth. Come on now, be smart about this. No. She don't want no ring. Next story.
What if he take her for child support for 3 children? She got to pay money.
Right. Yeah.
Let's keep it moving. So let's get into the Met Gala.
Yes.
So the Met Gala was last night.
Yeah.
You have did you put the 2 things like describing
I did.
before we get
Yep.
into it? Which one is that?
The first one, right under where it says the Met Gala theme.
Oh, okay.
Is that the one that's the dress up?
Yep, the super dressed up
Yeah.
art. They said them tickets were $350,000.
Yeah, it's a fundraiser.
And a table was like $10,000 or some foolishness like that. So you have to pay.
Crazy.
And you have to be invited to pay that
So the
money.
way they do it, most people do it, is that the designers pay for the models and for the people for the tables and stuff if they want certain people there.
Okay.
Go to the clip.
The first Instagram thing right under there.
Right under there. And this explains the theme and everything for those that might be a little bit confused, because I was too until I had to do
the Met Gala theme was based on a book called Slaves to Fashion, the Black Dandyism and the Styling of the Black Diasporic Identity.
What's dandy?
Dandy is like
it's going to explain it in the video.
Okay, so let's go into the
around this year's Met Gala theme. So let's break it down in 60 seconds. The theme is super fine tailoring black style. It's a
Let me show this to the people. Sorry, y'all.
tribute to 300 years of black style through the lens of dandyism. Now, a dandy is someone who takes pride in their personal style. Think sharp tailoring and bold flair. For black dandies, though, style became a form of self-expression and quiet rebellion. It started in the 1700s when free black men wore European tailoring to assert freedom and challenge racial hierarchies. As Vogue put it, the black dandy of the Harlem Renaissance used dress to assert dignity in a world that denied it. Zoot suits pushed that even further. They were
Zoot suits,
loud,
I hate 'em.
proud, and beautiful. Today, black dandyism is gender fluid. You see florals, pearls, capes, and clean tailoring, of course. You see that legacy in co-chairs A$AP Rocky, Pharrell Williams, Lewis Hamilton, and Coleman Domingo. Also in icons like Andre 3000, Dapper Dan, and Janelle Monáe. But nobody embodied this more than pioneering Vogue editor, the late, great Andre Leon Talley, a fashion titan, and of course, a Met Gala staple. So the theme is an ode to the impact that black people have had on fashion, an impact that for so long has gone unacknowledged. There's a lot of confusion around.
I love that Coleman
Domingos
in his speech of the Met Gala, he said, God created black people and black people created style. And I loved it because come on. Come on, honey. In these things, there are lots of different styles here. I realize that I love a more classic, tailored, clean look than all the hoops and hannies. Do you have any of your favorites? Well, let's probably
the next Instagram thing that I posted there.
Yeah, that right under there.
Yeah, so that has a few of my favorite styles from last night in that slideshow, and then I just did the next article because there's a big picture of Diana Ross, which is amazing.
So these are some of the looks from the Met Gala. This is Tiana Taylor. Like, this is a lot, but this is Tiana Taylor.
I don't like it.
I didn't like it.
It's too much. It's way too much. It's everything. She's everything. She's over accessorized.
Yeah.
It's. I don't like it.
And that's me too. It's on brand for her, I guess, but it was not my favorite. Huh?
It reminds me of a couple of things. It reminds me of the Princess and the Frog. The dude. The
with the
frog
cane and yep.
from New
I
Orleans.
don't know. This Lupita.
Yep, flawless.
Awesome.
Did you see the picture where it was the thing where it was like blowing in the wind?
She looks like she smells like
Flawless.
chocolate candy, and I want to lick her face. Look at that.
Yeah.
That was just it was a perfectly what is it called? Not groomed,
Design.
crafted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tailored.
Well-crafted, yes.
A perfectly fitting suit.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
very
Let's
good.
see what. This is just some of them because we're a little bit over. This is. I'm not sure of who this woman is, but this
That picture is stunning.
It's a great picture.
Yeah.
This is ASAP Rocky,
Didn't
our
love it.
lover
Didn't-
husband.
Didn't love it.
You know
This is
what?
his design.
I'm not always whatchamacallit with ASAP Rocky. He's literally like a hit or miss for me a lot of the times.
Yeah.
A lot of the times he's more missy than he is whatever, but I get it. I guess it's fashion.
I don't think that I don't think that, well, I don't know if the other one has a picture. Keep going though. Who else is in here? This is Mindy Kaling.
She looked like she should be at a salute, like a train, drinking tea and coffee.
Mindy Kaling, adorable.
Yeah, I thought this
Adorable.
was amazing.
I loved it.
This is Lizzo.
And I think she 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh,
7,
wow.
8. I think Lizzo
Oh, wow.
8.
When I saw this picture, I said Lizzo.
Yes, Lizzo.
Yes,
Yes,
Lizzo.
Lizzo.
She did that. I didn't see her on the red carpet. I
I
only saw
didn't
this
either.
picture.
Yeah.
So this is interesting.
Who do I like this year on the red
Whoopi,
carpet?
Whoopi was very
I
Whoopi.
loved it. I loved it for Whoopi.
I
think
didn't.
I love
for
it
Whoopi.
for
She's like a
Whoopi.
Tiana Taylor to me too.
She
Like
is.
it's just
but
always
this is
the most.
understated. I think the shoes, the handbag, it's very classic. I think it looks good for Whoopi. I
Yeah.
love it. I
Yeah.
don't think I have Lewis Hamilton here, which I'm really upset about.
This is Kim Kardashian. I love the front of it. The back was
The
let it
back
out.
is the back. Why did you do
It
that?
looked unfinished. I
I
didn't
didn't
like
know who
it.
she was either because I was like, who's this light skinned black woman? But
Yeah,
anyway.
she had on a great. This is Savannah.
Savannah. I said he's a good man, Savannah.
Savannah.
And LeBron James was one of the co-chairs as well. LeBron James, Lewis Hamilton, Coleman DeVingo, ASAP Rocky, and I think there was somebody else. I didn't understand this. Pastor Troy was trying to explain this symbolism to me. This is Andre 3000 with a piano on his back and a trash bag, carrying a trash bag, and he has on a jumpsuit.
So he just put out a piano EP.
Oh.
Yeah.
So a jazz flute and a
So
piano.
it might be a little promotional piece.
I think I might enjoy the piano one better than the jazz flute.
Than jazz flute.
Yeah. Than the yes flute.
Yes, flute. What else we got? Interesting. And that's it. This was
I didn't
Tracy
like
Ellis
this.
Ross.
I
I
didn't like
thought
it.
it looked clownish.
Yeah. Because she's got such a amazing body.
She should have had on a
that
tailored suit
she
to
should
the
have had
god.
on something that showed her body.
But
I
I
think
they're
I don't like this.
focusing on dandyism though. This is
Yeah, no, this is not dandy for me at all. She's got wide hips already and a big butt. So putting this big bow on your butt, this look right here,
I didn't even know how to describe that.
I love it.
I didn't even know what to do.
Monochromatic, amazing,
not the same
beautiful
at all.
She is the ex-wife of the guy from Dawson's Creek. They just went through a divorce.
The one that looked like a toe?
No, not him. The dark-haired one, the one that was like the best friend or whatever. But I love that look. I love this monochromatic look. I think it looks beautiful on her skin.
And I
think
like
it
the
just
leather,
looks-
whatever.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj.
No.
It was you know,
I think it looked very.
she couldn't walk in it.
Yeah.
I liked her face. It was a very natural face.
I
It
think
didn't
it
look
looked
like
very
her.
Amazon.com Great Gatsby outfit.
Nikki Bleach.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. No, she's not light.
Kiki. Why is
Palmer.
Kiki so skinny?
Stress.
Oh my. Oh my.
It wasn't.
No.
It didn't.
No, didn't do it.
Didn't
for me.
do it. Yeah.
No.
I think we're almost done. Is that it?
Let's see who else we got here.
Oh,
This.
Digimon.
Show the video at the top. Can you show the video at the
Hanzo.
top? His reveal.
It's playing. It's all in the same video.
Damn Idris.
Yeah, when he unrevealed his outfit
Yes,
with
and
his
you-
motorcycle helmet.
Well, you know he's doing the F1 movie or the
whatever
movie
yeah.
is he's coming out with. He's gorgeous.
Yeah, he looks like he smells like freshly baked cookies.
And I want to lick his face.
This stunning. I don't care. It's
Zendaya?
basic.
Zendaya?
It's whatever. It is the most tailored on point suit I have seen in it was spectacular.
Zen mother effing Dea.
Yeah, man.
And the way she moved in it.
Yeah, like she was an old
They ain't nothing
boss.
to say.
Yeah.
She looked like a mob boss back in the day. A woman. I don't know.
Teresa Mendoza would
Yes.
have probably had that on.
Something.
Yeah,
The
that
fuck
man.
is this?
I don't know.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I was never a fan of the old fashioned with the big hips, with the with the uber hips, with the petticoat under there. And Janelle Monáe, she slays every single time.
Every time.
Well,
she's one of the icons. This is her.
Yeah.
This is her genre.
Yeah.
This is her thing. So
Weird.
She did that. I not. Who's this? And then
I
of
didn't-
course
I
our baby mama came out.
wasn't
and revealed.
impressed at all. I hated everything about it from front to back, bottom to front. I was just not impressed
She's
at
just
all.
so super gorgeous.
Rihanna's looks have never ever amazed me on the red carpet. They've always been very, very pillory, roti. Remember that one which she had on the big roti.
The big roti.
Yeah,
I don't have the
Cardi B was dope too. She looked. I loved it. She looked like she should be in that movie.
I just, I honestly think that Cardi is a fashion icon.
Me too,
I think
yep.
she's amazing. It was nice, but it wasn't the Cardi that I want from her.
What you want? The
This
green?
one, yep. I thought it was really just perfect. Like it's fun. It's Cardi.
Yeah.
I liked her hair. I liked her makeup.
She was at,
Everything about it I loved.
That next one, the Met Gala 2025 red carpet, because that opening picture with Diana Ross is amazing.
And then we'll
Wrapped up. Move on to the next.
Okay. Yep.
I'm trying to finish what she was saying.
Yeah. So and then anything else that.
Yeah. That's Cardi.
Oh, Kamala Harris made her debut on the Met Gala too. This is the same one, I think.
Open the thing so we can see that picture of Diana Ross.
It's the same thing.
There's the one that says Met Gala 2025 red carpet.
Because we're late.
Met Gala, 2020.
That one right there. Yep.
Look at that. Look at that picture of Diana Ross.
It reminds me of the Pilori.
It's Diana Ross.
Yeah. I wasn't.
I think it's
thrilled.
Amazing.
Oh,
Amazing
nice.
for 81-year-old Diana Ross.
I mean, it's
at the
pretty.
Met Gala.
Yeah, she can't go wrong. It's just I'm. It wouldn't be on my top anything. It would just be like Diana Ross slaved, but I wouldn't put her in a compilation.
Nice.
This is
Nice.
It's pretty there. One thing that I did like is that Megan Thee Stallion snuck her phone in. I don't know if it was a little influencer gimmick or whatever, but she snuck her phone in, which is very prohibited at the Met Gala. So a lot of people are like, what do they do after the red carpet? Like, what happens? So we saw a little bit of, the inside of the Met Gala and, what kind of things goes on there. They were just kind of eating. There was some dancing. There was some, networking and stuff. It looked rather boring, but she had fun. She made it look fun.
I didn't like her look either.
Me either. I didn't think it meant that.
It looked like Windsor fashion.
What are people gonna do when they find out that she?
Go here.
Yeah, you gotta remember on the radio.
Yep.
So
What is the Met Gala people gonna do when they find out that she took pictures with her phone in there?
So that's what they said, that she's probably gonna get banned from it. But we don't know what's gonna happen yet. Nothing has come out yet about it. Doechii looked amazing.
I hated it.
Yeah,
I hated it 100%. Simone Biles. Somebody said she looked like a Polly Pocket.
She did look like a Polly Pocket. She had a little thing. Taraji P. Henson. I couldn't figure out how I felt about Taraji. She had on a short skirt suit, kind of. I didn't like it. But it was nice, but I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Nice.
Jeff Goldblum, the guy from
Jurassic
Park and stuff. He looked amazing. He looked.
I don't
he looked
remember.
So
I didn't
good.
see him.
That's Dapper Dan.
He looked really, really,
Dapper
really
Dan
good.
was there as well.
Yes,
she was
yes.
great.
I didn't see Dapper Dan at all. He.
I'm sorry.
Well,
he was there. He was at the carpet a couple of times. He had on a full, his style of Louis Vuitton.
One of the pioneers of the dandyism thing.
Yeah. He was mentioned in a bunch of articles.
I think definitely Zendaya and Lupita won, and I thought that Quinta looked adorable.
Quinta always looks adorable. Did
y'all see Quinta on SNL over the weekend?
No, but I'm
did
going
about
to
the
watch
short
it.
people.
The short
Yeah.
people. I want to see
She had
that.
a few joints.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch that today. Anyhow, that's that, people. I had a ball with the Met Gala and learning about it last night through several Instagram posts because it was the talk of the town, of course, last night. And I really, really had a good time. And I'm going to go back and look at some more things because I realized there's a lot of people that I didn't see. We don't have a picture of Lewis Hamilton, who was one of the co-chairs, and he looked amazing. And he, I want to lick his face too. But anyhow,
the Met Gala raises money for the Costume Institute.
Yeah.
Metropolitan Museum of Art.
And shout outs to them and odes to them for of course, celebrating this black history.
They raised $31 million yesterday.
31 million?
31 million.
Very nice. Anyhow, that's that, people. This has been Saucy and Friends.
Thank you guys for sitting through our fashion brigade with you guys. Yes. We will be back tomorrow is Wednesday.
Yeah, we got a nice interview lined up for you guys tomorrow.
We sure did. Who do we have tomorrow? We have Nia Grace. Nia Grace from Grace by Nia and the Daryl's Corner Kitchen Bar, who is now being rebranded and rebuilt up. And they also have a spot now in Foxborough. Foxwoods?
Yes,
Foxwoods.
Yes.
So make sure that you guys are tuned in tomorrow. Tell a friend to tell a friend and be blessed.
Yes.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
What is this, Doctor?
This is
Well, Spark of New England. Spark FM.
Austin. Moonbox Productions proudly presents Crowns, a powerful and jubilant musical mixing gospel, jazz, and a little bit of hip hop. Hats take center stage with an uplifting story exploring black history, identity, and the power of sisterhood through the eyes of a young black woman. It's a celebration of self-expression, tradition, and of course, fabulous hats. Get ready to clap your hands and tap your feet because these ladies have serious attitude. Don't miss Crowns. Opening April 11th through May 4th at the Arrow Street Arts in Cambridge. Tickets are just $55 at arrowstreetarts.org. And for flexible pricing, check out Pay What You Wish.
This Mother's Day, Spark FM invites you to walk for peace and with a purpose. Join us Sunday, May 11th at Townfield in Dorchester for the 29th Annual Mother's Day Walk for Peace, a heartfelt fundraiser for the Louis D. Brown Peace Institute. For 29 years, the walk has united thousands across New England to support families and communities impacted by murder. The Peace Institute's programs and resources to break cycles of violence and cultivate cycles of peace. Walk with us to honor lives lost, promote healing, and invest in peace. Register and donate today at mothersdaywalkforpeace.org.